Let's talk about how you can start to release trauma, release unprocessed emotions that are still living within your body through somatic work and somatic practices. Now, before I begin sharing with you and teaching you more about this, I just want to say that I am not a therapist. I am not a licensed professional or doctor. I am simply a mentor, a spiritual mentor, and someone who is a somatic practitioner. So, a lot of what I teach is women who are wanting to explore other modalities that they may not have been able to try, or other professionals didn't know about or teach them on, or is something that they practice. So a lot of the women that come into my world and want to work with me, think of it as an extra layer to them pouring into themselves and doing deep inner work with themselves. And so everything I teach, you're welcome to try, but it is not any kind of medical advice. I want to first tell you what somatic work even is, because this is somewhat of a newer word that is starting to be used and thrown around more frequently. And for a lot of people, they may not even know what somatic work is. They may not be super familiar with it, or maybe they have an idea of what it is, but haven't fully explored somatic practices. And to simply put it, somatic work is really just working with the body directly. And that is really what it is, like the most simple definition that I could give it. Here's why somatic work is becoming so much more popular, and why more and more people are beginning to explore it as another form of therapy, as another form of healing themselves through whatever they're currently navigating and working through. The reason why people are going down this avenue is because for a lot of people, they may have been doing talk therapy for a really long time, or maybe they say that they've been doing shadow work, whatever you want to call it. Maybe it's just a healing journey. And for a lot of people, this looks like journaling and self reflection and maybe even subconscious stuff. But a lot of people, even though they've been doing this work, they still feel like they're in somewhat of this block. Like they can't fully break past their thought patterns, their negative thoughts and negative narratives that are holding them back from the life they want and the person they want to become. And the reason for this is because they're basically trying to think their way through their entire healing journey. And for a lot of people, the therapy and talking things out are really essential in the beginning. But the reason why so many people end up hitting a wall, or they feel like they've really developed this high level of self awareness within themselves, yet they're still cycling through the same patterns, they're still not able to break past their inner blocks, is because they haven't actually worked with the body to heal as well. So, for a lot of people, they're healing the mind component, they're learning things, they're getting really educated and heightening their self awareness, which is a necessary step, but they don't know how to actually train their body to let go of the things as well. And this is actually necessary because our body stores emotions, our body stores trauma. And when it's doing that, it's creating all of these energetic blocks within our entire system. So, if you are someone who's maybe trying to create more of a life that really aligns with you and that you're really happy with, if these negative beliefs, these negative emotions and traumas that you may have experienced in your past have not been given the space to release and fully let go out of your system, then it's always going to feel like there's a part of you that won't fully embody the version of you that you know is within you. So when you start to explore somatic work, this can look like there's so much somatic work that you can begin to explore. And really, what it is doing in the same process is it's actually working directly with your nervous system as well. This is something I deeply teach in my programs and my body of work is nervous system regulation. First and foremost, getting your nervous system out of survival, out of a dysregulated state, and back into its parasympathetic, and making that your new baseline. That's very foundational in the work that I teach. And then from there, you can begin to work with your nervous system to hold more of the energy of your future identity, the version of you that you are becoming. You have to create safety in your body and in your nervous system to hold the versions of you that you haven't yet embodied. Because ultimately, what's going on with the nervous system when this happens is it begins to experience a new frequency, which is energy. And if it registers this new energy and frequency as unsafe, then it's going to do what it is trained to do, which is to bring us back to what feels safer, which is our old frequencies, our old energy. And our old energy is what's calibrated to those past versions of us that are still holding trauma and still holding negative energy. So when we start to explore somatic work, this is not only allowing training your body to feel safe to reconnect with it again, but also recalibrate it to hold more abundance and shift into who you're trying to become. The block that a lot of people run into is when they're trying to, I hear this all the time with clients, is, oh, I tried meditation, it doesn't work for me, I just can't stop thinking. Yeah, well, no duh. If your nervous system is super dysregulated, it's not going to allow you to relax. And one of the ways that you can actually begin to implement somatic practices before maybe you jump into meditation is starting to build the connection with your body again. Because if you're trying to meditate and you can't stop thinking, you can't relax, think of it this way. You have created a barrier between your brain and your body. You've basically created this entire shield that blocks you from accessing your body. So it's no wonder that you can't actually turn your thoughts off during a meditation and you can't actually access your body and drop into your body, because you have over time created this barrier from fully accessing it. And again, those barriers get created because of the traumas or unprocessed emotions that we experience in our life that don't get resolved, that don't get processed, and don't get released. So the charge stays within your body, and that starts to become really dense and really, really heavy for your body. And it is a charge that kicks on your nervous system. So the only way to begin coping with it is to disassociate with what's going on down here. And that's why a lot of people, especially women who come into my work, they're very dysregulated. They're very much in their masculine energy and operating from their masculine, because at the core of everything, of their energy, they feel unsafe, they feel unsettled, and that's why they're shifting into their masculine. They're not able to soften into their feminine, they're not able to regulate, they're not able to drop into their body because of those reasons. So one of the first places that you can begin to start by doing somatic practices that help you restore that mind-body connection, rather than maybe jumping into meditation, which is where a lot of people are told, you need to do meditation, you need to do meditation. Yes, actually, you do. You should, if you really want to create the life you desire, you really want to become the master of yourself and of your physical body, and you want to tap more into your spiritual essence. Yes, meditation is very necessary. But like I said, if you're someone who is like, I literally can't, then a great place to start would be somatic work, where there's plenty of modalities that you can start to practice to restore the mind body connection. Understand though that this is going to happen in layers, because think about it, the body, if it's blocking you from accessing it, it feels really, really unsafe. And if you just go in and try to access it one time and you don't fully experience that deep level of embodiment and that deep drop in with your body, it's because you've subconsciously created the barrier. So it's not just going to go away because you decided to start doing some somatic practices. And over time, what can start to happen is you could potentially work with a somatic practitioner. That's what I offer in my area, and I do virtual sessions as well. But understand that it may require you to do in layers, because the body's not going to allow you to release certain things right away if it feels like you can't handle it. And we need to honor that and trust that, because it's very possible that if you try to do some kind of deep emotional trauma release before your body is prepped and ready and feels okay to go there, you could do more damage and you could re-traumatize. So that's why it's important, if you are wanting to go deeper, to work with a professional who's trained and is trauma informed and can guide you through that. But also, again, you don't have to work with a practitioner right away just to start implementing somatic practices. This will actually help just start to regulate your nervous system and feel more confident, feel more comfortable going deeper with yourself as you begin to peel back the layers. So, this is why so many women are especially looking at somatic therapy, somatic work, and practices to start implementing in their healing journey, because it directly works with your nervous system and your body to get it on the same page as your brain and the conscious things that you are aware of. It helps to recalibrate it to that. So, if this is the journey that you're on and this is what you are focused on right now, I actually have a free training called the Identity Recalibration. And this is going to walk you through how to actually get really, really clear and identify the beliefs or the parts of yourself that are subconscious and that you're still calibrated to and you're still holding on to. That way, you can identify them clearly, and when you're ready to let them go, what you do is you follow the guided meditation that I give to you, and it's a somatic release meditation. It's very gentle. It guides you through and walks you through how to start tapping in with your body and guide your body to begin releasing these parts of yourself that you're ready to let go of. And then from there, it walks you through how to work with your nervous system and recalibrate your nervous system to the version of you that you are wanting to embody moving forward. And you can put this into practice as many times as you need to. I did this religiously in 2024 and in 2025, and it's still something I practice all of the time, because I'm in a season of my life now where I have a very deep connection with my body, and I have a lot of control over my emotions, over my nervous system, and I have a very high level of self-awareness now, to where I am focused on tapping more and more into my spiritual side, my spiritual essence, and my spiritual gifts, which still require me to release parts of myself that are preventing me from fully accessing that. So I still use this training regularly. It can be applied at any level that you are at, and whatever level of embodiment you are at. It is something that I teach my clients when they come into my body of work. So this is very foundational, and I created a free training for you to be able to utilize throughout the course of your life and at every stage that you are in. So be sure to download that if that is something that is calling you and something that you want to try out. And if this video was helpful, be sure to like and subscribe for more content just like this one, and I will see you in the next video.